This business is hard. This business is hard. And some of you may be like, what the heck? What the heck? And I'm going to really dig into the bones of this today and help you to realize that it should be hard and it's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. So let's break this down. This business is hard. So one thing is, it's hard because it doesn't come quick. They say if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And the same can be said for our business, right? I know I'm not alone when you've probably seen on some kind of social media, oh, you can join this or you can start this and you can start earning income right away and you'll have financial freedom in 6 months or less, right? Or whatever, right? We've seen it all. And most of us can pretty much weed out that kind of stuff by now, right? But some of us can actually get like hyped in, right? Like we can get pulled into that. And I just want you guys to realize that that is not Scentsy. Can it be done? Oh yes. If you put your nose to the grindstone and you are just running it like a boss, you can come out of that gate and be going and know exactly what you're doing and all of this. Are you going to be a millionaire next month? No. Okay. Are you going to make thousands of dollars next month? No. But will you? Yeah. If you keep going and you keep working at that pace, you certainly will. It's just inevitable. Because with a lot of things that we do anyway, right? If you're not working, you're not going to see the results. If you're not putting in the time, you're not going to see the results. I go to the gym. Does that mean that because I went to the gym today and worked out for 52 minutes and then I did the hydro bed massage, that suddenly I'm Miss America and a size 0? No. No. Do I want to be that way? No. But honestly, like if I would put more effort in that and more time into that, right? That eventually that will come. We all know this, right? It's the same thing with our business. Sometimes we start to overthink our business. If you asked any successful person, they will tell you that it took time to build what they have today. True. Dropping the truth bomb today, because you ask anybody in Scentsy who is making whatever your goal is, okay? A lot of people start out saying, if I can make $500 a month, if I can make $1,000 a month, if I can, then it, starts to grow. Or sometimes you start out with those bigger dreams, right? I want to retire. I don't want to work a full-time job, or I want to replace that second income that I don't have any longer because of COVID or whatever, right? We may have bigger goals. And if you ask anybody who is making that kind of money with Scentsy, they will tell you it didn't happen in their first 30 days. It didn't happen in probably their first maybe 6 months, right? Does that mean that we give up or it doesn't work for us or obviously we're not right for this business? No. It just means we need to continue putting into it. Because all of those people that you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be where they are, right? Whether it's the promotion, whether it's the title, whether it's the money, whether it's earning that trip, whatever, see income disclosure below, right? But whatever it is, I guarantee you, if you ask them, they will tell you that it took a lot of hard work. They didn't just wake up one day and poof, they're making $10,000 a month. It's not how it happened. As long as you're intentional with your time and your actions, then you're going to see the results. Again, just like with anything, right? If I continue to go to the gym, if I continue to be intentional and say, okay, I'm just going to get it done at the beginning of the day, kind of eat the frog, right? I'm going to do the thing that I'm dreading the most and do it first and foremost. And then I've got the rest of the day, then that's my outlook, right? So that's what we have to do. And we have to keep jumping those hurdles. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. My husband loves this phrase, and it's, if it was easy, everyone would do it. It's so damn true, right? If it was easy to come in here and have a successful Scentsy business with little to no effort or little to no work and super quick, everybody would be doing it, right? Of course they would. Let's be real. Of course they would. Can anyone be a Scentsy consultant? Yes. Hello, hobbyists. That was me. That was me for like my first 1 to 2 years. Hobbyist, straight up hobbyist. But let me tell you this. To be a successful Scentsy consultant, or what your goal is for your success, what that looks like to you, right? Again, it may be, I want to make the car payment. I want to have money for groceries. I want to replace the full-time income, whatever it is, fill in the blank. Let me tell you right now, not everybody is going to work for it, because not everybody wants to work hard or put in the time and energy and effort and intention to do this business. That's why you will see there will be consultants, and you may have team members that join your team and are super excited, but they don't see success in like the first month or 2 or 3 months. And they're like, I'm out. This is not as easy as you said it was going to be. Well, let me just rephrase it. This is not easy. We put in the work to do this, right? So not everybody is going to be willing to do that. And that's okay. If they just want to be a hobbyist, be a hobbyist. If they just want to join Scentsy to be able to get paid on what they're already buying with Scentsy, then by all means. Okay? I'm talking about coaching team members, right? But if this is you, you have to evaluate, where are you at? Where are you falling in all of this, right? Are you falling in the, this is what it is, and I just want to get paid on the Scentsy that I like to buy? Or is this something bigger? This is something bigger, because again, this is not easy. It's going to take some work. It takes intention. It takes consistency to build a business. And let me just bare bones it right here and say that if you think that because we're able to do this business in social media and be successful in it, yes, we can. But does that mean that if you put like 1 or 2 posts out a month, that means that you've done your duty? And where are my orders? Where are my customers? Where are they? I posted. It's not going to cut it, you guys. It's not going to cut it. We have to build relationships. We have to be consistent. We have to be intentional. We have to continue to do it, even though we may think nobody's looking, nobody's clicking the like button, nobody's sharing with their friends, nobody's commenting on our posts. Do it anyway. Because again, if you want to be successful, you have to be in it to win it, okay? The word no is very scary, right? We talked about fear last week. Stepping out of your comfort zone is scary for some. And I hear this a lot. I don't want to go live. I'm not ready for that. I can't do videos on YouTube. I'm not ready for that. I can't do that. We have to step out of our comfort zone a little, okay? And you have to be willing to try. That's all you have to do. You just have to be willing to try and let go of that fear. It doesn't wait for you. This business does not wait for you, people. It doesn't. If you aren't willing to plan your time and work your business, then you're just going to have to adjust your goals. Because if you're not willing to put forth the time and effort into getting this to a business, then again, Your goals are different, right? Maybe this is the hobby. Maybe you just want to do this to earn commission on the Scentsy that you buy, and maybe a couple of friends buy every so often, and you're fine with that. That's cool. But if you want to build a business, this business is hard. And so you're going to have to adjust your goals. Your business can be streamlined so it can be a great, great, great side hustle. Let me rephrase this or emphasize this more. This can be an amazing side hustle. Lots of people do it within Scentsy, okay? And people can talk about side hustles all they want. I don't care what people have to say about side hustles. But let me tell you something, that if 2020 has taught us anything, it has taught us that we as a society, we as working people, we as people feeding families and ourselves and taking care of all the things, we have to be prepared that things are going to change and look different. We have to be prepared to say, I never thought that I'd have this whole side hustle thing. Oh my gosh. Did you guys realize how much Scentsy sold last month? Okay. Are people buying Scentsy? Yes, they're buying Scentsy. Are people joining Scentsy? Yes, they're joining Scentsy. We have extreme hypergrowth right now, and that is simply because this is an amazing side hustle opportunity. So don't let the people out there tell you that a side hustle's silly or crazy or won't ever make you any money, because it will. And a lot of the people in Scentsy, this is their side hustle. And trust me when I say they are very thankful for the income that their side hustle provides. Okay? Your business won't work without systems in place. Period. Period. End of sentence. You have to have systems. So you have to get some and you need to make them yours. Plain and simple. I've been a consultant since 2012, and since 2012, I have probably worked my way through almost every system imaginable. From notebooks to spreadsheets to programs to apps to drawing paper to writing it out on a big dry erase board. I have done it all. Some of the things worked well, some of them didn't. You tweak, you change, you tweak, you change, and then you find your rhythm. But you have to have systems there. What do you do when you are looking to book parties and fill your calendar? What do you do when you have someone join your team? What do you do when you're following up with customers? Or how do you follow up with your customers, right? Those are all systems, more or less habits, right? Actions that you do every single time X, Y, or Z happens. If X happens, this is what I do. If Y happens, this is what I do. When Z happens, this is what I do. You have to have systems, because otherwise you're just going to lose yourself in your business. And you have to plug yourself in. This means you're going to have to read the news tab. You're going to have to open up that workstation. You're going to have to utilize your Facebook resources, right? We have this amazing support group here. Tracy, our superstar director, right? She's got the Scented Bliss group that has amazing, if you look through the files and the units in that, oh my gosh, over the years, we have completely done as much as we can to fill up all of those sections. Of course, you have the workstation and the training center and everything there. You've got the consultant guide. You've got the product training guide that tells you all about the products, right? Scentsy events like Hello World Tour is coming. It's virtual. I know. We want to be in person, but hello, we're still going to have all the same amazing information and resources out of that world tour. These are the things that we need. This is the way. This business is hard. It doesn't look the same as theirs. Comparison. It's a 4-letter word. If you don't think of it that way, make sure that you start thinking of it that way. It is a 4-letter word. You are you. Do I need to do the Dr. Seuss quote? You are you. Don't try to be them, because if you do try and be someone else, let me just tell you, it's very, very obvious to people who are watching or who know you that it's very inauthentic. It just is. I mean, you can try for a while. Everybody can act, right? But at the end of the day, eventually we all come out. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So don't look at it like a bad thing, okay? Because being you is what your friends and your family and the people who follow you, that's what they want. That's why they follow you. Because in some shape or form, they connect with you on whatever level that is. So be you. Don't try and be somebody else. Don't try to have your social media or your posts or your whatever look exactly like his and hers and theirs and whoever's. I don't care. Got to put those blinders on. You will connect with new people just by being different than him or her or them or all of them or whatever. Why? Because nobody wants to see the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, do they? No. If every single Scentsy consultant did everything the same way, if every Scentsy consultant did the exact same wording of every single post, copied and pasted and used the same picture, that would be completely boring and ridiculous, and no one would even be interested in Scentsy. I promise you that. So look for ways that you can pull inspiration, but put it into your own words. Put it into how you would talk. How would you talk to a person if you were having that conversation face to face? Just write those words down or type them, on your phone or whatever, right? Different is what makes you stand out, and that's what's going to draw attention to you at the end of the day. That is what is going to draw attention. Letting your personality shine. What do people think of when they think of you, right? We've talked about this a little bit with branding and in some of the other videos and trainings, right? So that kind of ties into that branding piece. So again, exactly, we are not a cookie cutter. We are not one size fits all in this business, right? There are many, 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 many different ways to run this business, and many ways for you to let your personality shine and stand out. And when we talk about social media, before I end this piece of it, I will say that I've always been a big advocate for having a piece of all the different social medias. But I don't want you guys to think that you have to be a pro at all the different social media platforms, okay? You don't. Because here it is. At the end of the day, if you're more comfortable on a certain platform, whether that's Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Snapchat or wherever, right? And you're connecting with people and you're building those relationships. If that's what's working for you, then that's what's working for you. I know a lot of people who are getting into TikTok, right? Hello. Did that training, right? Got a lot of gems out of that. Now, the whole thing is you have to feel comfortable and feel like it's you, right? So again, whatever that looks like to you, then lean into it, go for it, and go all in. I still will always suggest, at least have profiles on those other social media platforms, but I don't want you to feel like you have to know everything about Twitter and know everything about Pinterest and know everything about Facebook and know everything about Instagram just to be successful or have a good social media. Because let me tell you, I spend the majority of my time on Instagram, not on Facebook. And yeah, a lot of my time is spent on YouTube, but I will also tell you that I repurpose the same materials for all those different platforms. Do you think that I'm sitting around going, oh, I'm going to write about this and use this picture on Twitter, and then I'm going to go on Pinterest and, oh, I need a picture of a cotton cleanup. I haven't talked about cotton cleanups in a while. I'm going to do that on Pinterest. And then on my VIP Facebook page, okay, I'm going to go on there on my VIP group, and maybe I'll talk about the NFL warmers. Yeah, the NFL warmers. I'm going to talk about those, right? No. Hello, use your content on all the different places. It's your content. So it doesn't mean that everybody's going to see the same thing all these different places and be like, oh, she uses the same content. No, they're going to begin to recognize you, first of all, if they're on all the other places. And I guarantee you that not everybody is, unless they're like us and doing this type of a business, right? They're just not. This business is hard. It doesn't grow unless you do. Here's the T. I'm going to spell the T. You don't have to sponsor or build a team. You don't. Again, hobby. If you are doing this as a hobby or just to make that extra income or whatever it is, or you don't want to build a team, that's not for you, that's not why you joined, you have no interest in that, then let me tell you, you can sell Scentsy and earn commission on that forever and ever and ever. Forever. If that's you. Now, if you're anything like me, I did that, and then I was like, I want more. I still had my career, right, at the time. But so, again, I worked this as my side hustle, and let me tell you, when that side hustle paycheck started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I certainly started to think about, I need to start growing my team. Because my goals got bigger, right? That's what happens. We evolve with it. So you can do that and not sponsor. Just know that if you're in this for that business income, you're going to have to, whether you start out or wait longer, I don't know. I mean, that's going to make your journey longer, right? But it doesn't matter how quick or how slow your journey goes, as long as your journey is there. The best way is to have a thriving business is to always be offering the opportunity. Always be offering the opportunity. Again, we really talked last week about the fear and the word no and how that was so scary. We're learning to push past that no, right? So the same way that you would offer, hey, do you want to, you put in a $75 order. Do you maybe want to get a couple of friends together and get you up to $200? And then, you get, product credit for a free Scentsy and you can get a half price off item. Does that sound cool? Right? I'm always going to offer that to every single one of my customers. Are they all going to say yes? No. Be great if they did, but not all, right? They're not all gonna say no, just this, I'm good. Did you offend them? No. So the same respect in offering the opportunity. Hey, you are ordering Scentsy a lot. You really seem to love it. You're very excited about it. It looks like on social media when you talk about it or when you show it, you get all your friends are excited. Do you think this is something that maybe you'd like to do? Who cares if they say no, right? Does that mean that they're going to suddenly stop buying Scentsy from you? I guarantee you they probably won't. They're not going to be offended. So get past it. Just get past it. Personal development is crucial. This world is ever changing. Hello, 2020. You have to be ready for change. And if you're not ready for change, then my friends, you're going to be waiting a lot longer to get your business moving to where you want it to be. You have to be ready for change. You have to be willing to accept change. And you have to be able to accept the fact that you need to pour into you and find out whatever that is. Maybe it's a podcast. When I go to the gym, that's what I do is I listen to a podcast. I'll find some inspirational podcasts. I try and find some different ones so I get different perspectives and things like that, right? But if podcast is your jam, do podcasts. You can do it in the car, and sometimes it'll bore the kids to sleep. Okay, hello. Who doesn't like a sleeping child in the back? Put them to sleep with a podcast. Just maybe not one that has a lot of profanity or something. But when you're doing the dishes, set up your phone. Prop it up. Watch a quick YouTube training of somebody that you like to watch, or catch up on the workstation and flip through the news articles, whatever. When you're at the doctor's office waiting room, maybe you're on Instagram and you're like, hey, maybe I'll share some pictures while I'm sitting here, right? We can all do those kinds of things, and we can all still pour into ourselves and get that in even when we think we don't have time. We can do it. Self-care is a necessity. Let me say that again. Self-care is a necessity. If you don't think it is, you're wrong. Because let me tell you, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you are going to have to recharge your battery. Just like your phone, just like your iPad, just like your Apple Watch, whatever it is, your Fitbit, right? These things have to recharge in order to work. We have to recharge in order to work. At least work well. And I will tell you that it is perfectly okay to have a complete social media detox for a weekend. That means that come Friday at 6 p.m., you're going to turn off and go to your settings, and you're going to turn off all the notifications for Facebook and Instagram or your email or whatever it is that you have notifications on. Just turn it all off and don't turn it back on until Monday morning. Recharge. Recharge when you need to recharge. There is no shame. There is no rule. And let me tell you, I am a star director. And let me tell you, I do not work my business 24/7. Now, is my business working 24/7? Yeah, hello, social media, right? But I am not working 24/7. I'm trying to do virtual school, taking care of the house and the housework and the laundry that I'm still trying to do 3 days later. All the running around, right? Parent-teacher conferences are still happening. My husband and his work schedule. And then, we like to be together as a family and do some things as a family, right? So there are times, let me tell you, as a star director, where I will even sit here and I will mute my phone. Do not disturb. I turn it on because there's some days where you just got to refocus, and that is okay. And that is what you have to do for you, because you're not going to be any good to anybody if you're stressed out or if you're burned out, because burnout is real. So you're going to have to figure out, maybe that means setting up business hours. Maybe that means turning off those notifications. Whatever it means, putting your phone in a different room. That's what I do sometimes, right? If I'm just at that point where I'm like, I need a break, I literally will go put my phone in another room and walk away from it, just so I'm not tempted to look at it. Self-care is a necessity. Be open to new ideas, new ways to do things, and looking for new ways to stand out. Because again, everything's changing, right? All the time, every week, right? So, that's the way it is. This business is hard. It does not have to be perfect. Let me tell you, I am probably still, I'm over 2 years out now from retired from my career at the hospital. And I am still, I still consider myself a recovering workaholic. It's true. I am also, I'm not even going to say recovering because it's still just within who I am. I am that perfectionist, but it takes intention for me to say, Jacqui, it doesn't have to be perfect. Step away. I have to edit myself. And let's be really honest and raw, right? People can't relate to somebody who's perfect, right? Who can relate to the person who has the, home that is always literally sparkling clean, right? No dust bunnies, no windows that need to be, they're always perfect. Everything's always in its place. The dog never pukes on the carpet, or the kids never spill a drink, or whatever, right? It's always perfect. Who can relate to that? We need to stop using it as an excuse when it comes to our business. And remember that people cannot relate to perfect people, because otherwise, right, it's the highlight reel. Like, that's what we refer to it, right? The highlight reel, showing the highlight reel. If you're only showing the highlight reel and you're only working your business, or you're like, oh, I can't go live because my house is a mess, or I can't go live because my kids are always running around in the background. Do you think that the people that you're talking to don't have children or don't have a house that needs to be cleaned or laundry that needs to be done or whatever it is? They do. And do you know that if they see you working with your kids, around your kids, while the kids are screaming, while they're throwing a fit in the other room, and you had to walk into the bathroom and shut the bathroom door because it was just so loud in there, people will relate to you, and they're going to be like, oh, well, if she can work her business or he can work his business while all of that is going on, then certainly I can probably manage it, right? So if you're letting that stand in your way, that perfection standard of saying, I can't do lives, or I can't do Facebook parties, or I can't go on Instagram, or I can't whatever it is, because my house isn't perfect, or I don't have anything set up, and I don't have anything, it's not an excuse. The kids, the pets, the spouses, the family members, the chaos, they're always around, and they should be. So we're doing this, the majority of us, right, are doing this for our families or for ourselves, right? To better ourselves, to better our families, to better our lives. So why are we letting those things that we're working for, that is our why for why we're doing this, stand in our way and be our excuse? No more. We're not doing that. You don't have all the cool things. You don't have the newest warmers. You just have your starter kit. Let me make it real for you. Nobody else had all the things when they first started either. And let me just say too, nobody ever will. And the people who have every single item from the catalog, well, that's just being silly. Let's be real, okay? Now, do I have a lot of warmers in my home? Yeah. Why? Because I love my Scentsy. But also because when I have a warmer, I want to be able to display it. I want to be able to take pictures of it. And I will tell you that there's probably over half the warmers that I own that I honestly do not actually warm wax in. I will usually just use them for some photos. And then what am I doing? I'm using those to then sell. And again, if we go back to the everything has to be perfect in order for me to work my business, then you're just using the comparison excuse. And we need to get rid of that. We're not comparing. I don't care if their house looks better than yours. I don't care if their office is super cute and they have this amazing setup and you don't. And you're like, I feel like I suck. No, you don't. You're just being real. This business is hard. It can't be done alone. If you have a really great sponsor and upline, and obviously here talking in our support group, I'm pretty sure you do. That's a great thing to have. But let me tell you, from someone who didn't who didn't have a supportive sponsor, that you can still do all the things, right? We don't rely on our sponsor to train us on everything, right? We have to put, like we've been talking about, right? We have to put in the work. We got to show up. We have to put our perspective, our reality, our authenticity into our business. And that's going to also require that we're also learning about our business. When new products are coming out, we're looking at that news tab, right? We're following along, at least in the Facebook groups. I know it's hard with work and kids and school and everything else going on, but we got to find routines. We got to find routines to be able to plug ourselves in, because we're here running a business, right? It also means that even if maybe you don't connect with your sponsor or your upline or your fellow team members or whatever it is, right? Not everybody's going to always fit in with everybody. I mean, obviously we all want that, right? But let's, again, be honest and raw, right? Not everybody's always going to click And that's okay. You don't have to click. Because again, your business is your business. My business is my business. His business is his business, right? Everybody's doing their thing. We're sharing ideas. We've got this great pool of knowledge that we're all feeding into and taking out of and, right, putting in. But at the end of the day, you also have the ability, because let me just make this crystal clear, that when you are with Scentsy, when you are a Scentsy family member, you have a whole community. And it's not just your team members or your sponsor or your upline or whoever, right? It's a lot of people. It's hundreds of thousands of consultants, not even just in the US, right? Canada, Mexico, the UK, Australia, New Zealand. We are global. And everybody's working in different areas and at different paces and with different things. Because if you're watching this and you're in region 1, which is the US, Canada, right, Mexico, then you may not even realize, unless you have a team member who's outside of that, or know other consultants who are in different regions, right, that they don't necessarily have all the same products that we do, and they have different products than we do, and sometimes they're even cooler than the ones that we have. But you know what I mean? We're all working with different things. You can build relationships with people who are like-minded. You need to surround yourself with like-minded people. I will preach it until forever, the fact that you need to be networking with people who are inspiring to you. There is no shame in reaching out to a Scentsy consultant that maybe is not on your team or anywhere, related to you, whatever, in the family life, right? But reaching out to them and connecting with them and building a networking relationship, right? Because let me tell you, I have built so many network connections through this business that these women and men inspire me every single week to do better, to try better, to do something like this. Oh, what a great idea. I never thought of doing it that way. I think it's The Rock who actually says this quote. Maybe I'm wrong. Never be the smartest person in the room. Never be the smartest person in the room. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you need to also be going to a different room where you can learn from others. Because we have to, as people, right? As human beings, we are going to motivate ourselves if we feel inspired by someone else. So if we are the smartest person in the room, then where are we getting our inspiration? This business is hard. It's not personal. This is a hard one for a lot of people to get past, right? It's not personal because we're wired to be emotional and have feelings. I know, it's this awful curse that we have. So you can have feelings about things that may happen or things people say, whether it's a customer, whether it's a team member, whether it's an upline, whether it's another consultant who messaged you, I don't know, right? You can have all of those feelings. That is perfectly fine. It is normal. It is natural. It is okay. The only rule is that you do not unpack and live there. I lived there. It's a really dark place to live. Don't do it. Don't go there. Not everyone is going to want the same in this business as you, and that's okay. Like we talked about earlier with your team members, right? They may just be doing this just to have some fun. They want a community, or they want a little bit of extra money, or they just want to be paid commission on the Scentsy they're already buying. That's okay. Do you, boo. Do you, but don't let it deter you or decide what your dreams are in the process. And again, you may not connect with everybody the same way. You just have to find your tribe. Find your tribe. Learning to not take things personally, again, whether it's from a customer, a team member, a fellow consultant, whatever happens, right? Best advice I was ever given. Bless and release. Bless and release. You have to do what you have to do for you. Because let me tell you, as an active overthinker and a woman who has high anxiety, I can replay a whole scenario in my mind and overthink and come up with like 25 different ways that whole scenario can play out. Like from every angle. I can totally overthink it. I am so good at overthinking. But let me tell you, it drives you mad, okay? It does. And maybe that means, hello, time to turn off the notifications for a while. Step back, I need a minute, right? That means that we need to just bless and release, let it go. Bless and release, let it go. This business is hard. Have a serve mindset. I don't think I really got into this mindset until probably about 4 years ago. And I don't remember the exact thing or person or whatever it was that like made it click for me, but I just remember it clicking that we are here to serve our customers, to serve our team members, to serve our fellow consultants, right? Be a good human, right? We're here to serve. Because And with Scentsy, you've probably heard this, and if you're newer, maybe you haven't yet, but you will, and you're going to hear it more. But the term arrows out, be arrows out. Arrows in, that mindset is always, how can it benefit me? What does this do for me, right? And that's what I mean by, it wasn't until about 4 or 5 years ago that this realization happened to me, because I've been doing my business for a while, right? And a lot of my business was focused on, because that's what I was told, is it was all sales. It was only sales. That's what I needed to focus on, right? And if I wasn't doing sales, then I wasn't being a good consultant. And so that was kind of what I was told and told and told and told. And so I never thought about arrows out. I was always arrows in. How many sales can I get? What does this do for me at the end of the month, right? How does this help me get a promotion? How does this benefit my business? Let me tell you, when I changed to arrows out and was like, how can I make that customer smile? Because, oh my gosh, they found me on my website or whatever, or social media, and placed an order, and wow, how can I say thank you? I'm gonna put together some happy mail. I'm gonna make somebody smile today, right? Or I feel like I'm doing really well, and I've got this, maybe we've been talking a lot lately about scent crates, like making up your own little scent crates, right? Putting your individual spin on them. I know Amanda in the group and Laura in the Bliss group, right? We've got a lot of people who are doing really great things with making like their own little crates every month, right? Like mystery boxes. And why are they doing that? Because, for one, it's standing out from the crowd, right? They're personalizing something and giving it to their customers. But for two, I guarantee you, if you ask them, it's because of the reactions and the excitement that they get in return from those people who are getting those scent crates they're creating. They love them. Oh my gosh. Do you know how far a handwritten note goes? Look for ways that you can create the mindset to serve others. How can I be a better consultant? Or I'm doing really well. How can I help others learn what I've learned? This was eye-opening to me, and now I completely understand how to use the perpetual host reward, whatever it is, right? How can I share that with my fellow team members? How can I help somebody else? Maybe you're going through the Facebook groups and you're seeing a lot of questions, and maybe you know the answer to some of those questions, and you're holding yourself back going, No, but if I tell them how I do it, then they're going to use my way. And then that's arrows in. Arrows out is here. This is what I'm doing, right? Sharing and putting into that pool of knowledge in the middle. Look at your business from all perspectives. So look at it as a customer. If you were your own customer, what would you like to see you do? What would you love to get in the mail? What would you love every time you order? If you got a text, would it make you smile? Would it make you say, oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing? She always remembers when I'm running out of wax. She just seems to know. Look at it from the angle of your team members. Did you always want somebody to reach out to you or check in on you or post in the group page or shout you out or whatever? Then that's what we can give to our team members. Arrows out. This business is hard. This can feel overwhelming at times, and if it does, you have to break it down into daily habits or reminders. Is this business hard? Yes, but trust me, as hard as this business might be, it is so worth it. I promise you that if you're doing things consistently and with true intention, that you're going to surprise yourself at how much you can accomplish and how much you can change as not only a person, a human, but as a great team member or a friend or a consultant to our customers. This business is hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to come with no effort. We got to put in the work. We had to put in the work. We had to put in the time. And if you're anything like me, the way that you're like, how do they get it all done? I will tell you, the only way that I get it all done is I plan it out with intention. And I even plan my days off. Yeah. Because hello, I'm my own boss, right? That's the whole point of being your own boss, is being able to take a day off when you want to take a day off, right? So do it. This is your business. It needs to work for you, with you, and because of you. And because of you, and because of your effort, and because of your intention, you are going to get everything that you want out of this business. Is it going to come next week? Probably not. Maybe it might for some of you. But if you continue to do these things time after time, week after week, month after month, trust me, those promotions come. They may seem like a pie in the sky dream, right? I wish I could get to a director. I want to be a director so badly. Trust me. If you do better next week, if you do better next month, a little bit better than last month, if your sales were a little bit better, if you talked to more customers, if you built some new relationships with new people and maybe tried something new, all of those things are going to continue to build, and that's what grows your business, and that's what grows your confidence, and that's what grows in you. And you will be better for it. So if anybody asks you, is this business easy? I don't ever want you to say yes. Be real with them. This business is hard, but it's worth it. You guys got this. And I am always here for you.